So for the first time ever in my life, I could care less about having a man. Like, I am so invested in bettering myself, becoming a better version of myself, cultivating my own space, doing my thing, like working on my business, that I could care less about having a man. And if you watch my content, you know I am a lover girl at heart. Like, I want to be married again. I want to, be in a relationship. I desire companionship, all the love. Like, I'm a lover girl. But for the first time, I am in a space, and I'm sure this is growth, but I'm in a space where I just don't care. Like, that actually sounds terrible to me. To think of a man being in my space right now while I'm trying to build what I'm building, while I'm locked into my routines. Like, I don't want to spend time with you. Like, I don't want to feel obligated to text anyone or to be with anyone. Like, I don't know. I want to give all of my time and attention to myself, to my daughter, and to God. I don't know. I still want it for sure. And in God's timing, all of that, great. But right now, that actually sounds horrible. I typically go through these phases, but I don't ever have no phase like this where I'm totally uninterested. Like, I just don't care. Like, please don't show up right now, actually. Please don't, sir. I'm busy.
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or, kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
And it's like, okay. I make almost no promises to my clients because it's such a stacked deck against them.
Wow. And do you ever, so the joke we have in our office, and I'm sure you probably do this too, is that every guy that comes in says his wife is a borderline, and every woman that comes in says that their husband's a narcissist, right? You've heard this a million times, right? And so, and of course, the population of narcissists is less than like 3%, so it can't.
It's like 1.5. It's tiny.
Or whatever, right? So it can't be, right? It just whatever. But we're all getting it, and sort of fun in a funny sort of twist of fate. I have a blog that I write stuff from time to time for, or I have somebody write it, whatever. And the number one thing that people come to me for is I have 2 blog posts, and you should do this on yours. How to divorce a woman with bipolar or borderline, and how to divorce a man with narcissism.
If you want more time with your kids, join our VIP program today.
Some of y'all's downfall isn't men. It's feeling bad for the ones who already showed you they don't feel bad for you. You ever notice how women will talk themselves out of peace? Like, I know he's a mess, but he's been through so much. Girl, so have you. And yet you still show up, pay bills, and try to heal people who wouldn't Google a therapist if their life depended on it. And listen, I say that with love because I was hurt. I used to think every man just needed a little support. That if I loved him hard enough, stood by him long enough, he'd finally rise to the occasion. But all I did was teach men that they could fall apart on my time. You don't have to keep saving grown men from consequences they created. Half the time, they're not sorry, they're just uncomfortable. And uncomfortable people will say anything to get back to comfort, even if that means crawling back to the same woman they drained last season. Meanwhile, you're sitting there confused, thinking his tears mean change. They don't, friend. They mean performance. The truth is, men choose themselves all the time. They'll leave, ghost, go quiet, and somehow still sleep at night. And you're up trying to protect his feelings instead of your future. You can be kind without being a fool. You can care without caring. You can choose peace without apologizing. Moral of the story, stop rescuing people who were perfectly fine watching you drown. And if you want more real talk like this, join the Speakeasy at the link in my bio.
Men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. It doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get her. I got to get her. No, I don't. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me, and I don't have time for that.
There's a truth you learn the hard way, which is you should always choose yourself first and then choose the people who choose you. Because the pain of losing someone hurts, but the pain of losing yourself, that one's unbearable. That one stays, that one sticks. That one follows you into every version of your life. People don't talk about this enough. When you stop choosing yourself, you start abandoning yourself in small ways you didn't notice at first. You start saying it's fine when it's not. You start shrinking so someone else can feel bigger. You start accepting bare minimum because at least they're here, right? And each time you do that, you lose a piece of who you are. And it doesn't happen all at once, it happens slowly, quietly, in ways that only become obvious when you finally look in the mirror and don't recognize yourself anymore. And that's the real heartbreak, not someone leaving, but looking at your reflection and realizing you left yourself first. So here's the rule, choose yourself, then choose people who clearly choose you. Everyone else, let them go. Because the people meant for you won't require you to betray yourself. They won't make you guess your worth. They won't need you to sacrifice your identity to keep a connection alive. And you'll know who's real by how easy it feels to remain yourself around them. And anyone who makes you lose sleep, your peace, clarity, confidence, or lose yourself isn't someone you're meant to keep. And life will always give you more people, more chances, more connection, but it will never give you another you. So protect that, guard that, fight for that, because choosing yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. And choosing the people who choose you, that's alignment. Everything else is just a slow death of your identity. So, choose wisely.
A lot of these modern women really don't understand that men are seeing the same thing over and over again. When I date this woman, it don't really matter if you're black, white, Hispanic. Men are seeing the same thing. And quite frankly, you're seeing it across different continents. You're seeing it in Asia. You're seeing it in Australia. You're seeing it here in the US. Might be seeing it in Canada. You're seeing it in South America. It doesn't really matter. In certain sects and portions of wherever region you're in, there's a certain agenda that is being pushed where these modern women are acting a certain way. Men are seeing that and saying, oh, I know where this is about to go. I'm out.
Dating in your 30s becomes literally just like looking for a breeding partner. Like, it's like you're going to a sperm donor bank and like lining up the genetics and just like choosing who you want to be your future children's dad. Like, you've already been through all the cute stages in your 20s, like saying I love you and going on your like first dates and trips together. Like, I don't want to meet your parents. Like, I do, but like, it's not cute anymore. Like, and then like waiting for the milestones and like falling and like seeing what happens. Like, no, are our kids gonna turn out cute? Are they gonna be smart, athletic? Like, are we gonna like make a good couple and like last forever? And like, then I'll get to know you and like, hopefully, we get along great and like it lasts forever. But first things first, like, again, it's just not cute anymore. Like, but you never settle. You never settle. It's not like before where you're going blindly.
Okay, ladies, quick, look, the England game is on right now, so all the boys watching the football have a unique opportunity. I am on a mission to get men to stop being nonchalant loser nerds. We want more chalant kings, okay? Being direct, being intentional, showing up, showing women how they feel. This is our opportunity, okay? While the boys are busy, I need your help. I need you to share one thing. It can be the smallest thing, but one thing that you love when men do it. It could be a compliment, it could be presence, it could be asking a question, whatever it is. Just give the men a little bit. We just need to hold their hands. We just need to give them a little bit of guidance, all right? Share one thing in the comments. What can a man do to show you that he's interested in you, that he's being intentional, and makes you just go, yes? Share it in the comments. Let's go.
And a lot of these modern women are wanting men to yearn. They're wanting men to chase. They're wanting men to pursue. But in today's, the way it happens in today's dating, that puts you as the weaker vessel because, I'm the prize, right? You chase me, you want me, show me that you want me. I've already proved myself by the fact that you want me, even though I haven't done anything. The fact that you want me means I'm more valuable in this relationship. And that's what a lot of modern women are doing. So when a man steps back and says, okay, well, if you're not going to reciprocate and you're going to think that you all that, I'm just going to go ahead and go the other way. I'm going to go a different direction. Now you're stunned and you're talking about men aren't men anymore.
Feminism sold us the biggest scam of our generation. They told us we were empowered, but what did we actually get? Burnout, debt, stress, a double life where we work like men and still carry the entire home on our backs. And here's the truth nobody's talking about. Feminism didn't set women free. It trapped us in a masculine system that we were never designed for. They told us to compete with men, to lead like men, to talk, think, act like men, and now we're exhausted, we're disconnected, resentful, and wondering why nothing feels right. We don't need more feminism. We need to reclaim the femininity that was stolen from us, because that's where a woman's real power has always been. In softness, in harmony, emotional intelligence, intuition, influence, not in becoming a copy of the men we were created to complement. If you want to break free from this conditioning and learn how to step back into your feminine design, the design that brings peace, love, protection, and real freedom, that's exactly what I teach inside the Feminine Reset. Comment feminine and I'll send you the link.
Why do good guys end up alone? The ones who don't play games, who love genuinely, who actually show up. They're usually the ones who get the least back. Being decent just doesn't land anymore. What lands is pain. What hooks people is someone who keeps them on edge, not someone who makes them feel safe. So the good guys stay good and stay alone. Too caring, boring, too honest, uninteresting. And then one day, they just switch off, go cold, disappear, because they figured it out. Kindness is what breaks you here. Your feelings get read as weakness. Your pain becomes something people laugh at. And there he is, the guy who wanted to love someone. Now says nothing, stops texting first, stops letting anyone in. He's not even angry. He just quietly fades out and never gives anyone the chance to get close again. Not because he doesn't want to, but because he got tired of being the one who always ends up hurt.
3 signs you're a simp. Number 1, spend money. If you're steadily spending money on this person, child, you really love them, don't you? But you're gonna be broke, bankrupt, unless you got your own motion going on. But if you don't, you're spending money on this person that you don't even know is gonna last. Okay. Is it the same on both sides? Is your partner spending money too? Or is it just you? Because to me, it sounds like you're being used. You didn't like that, did you? Used. Number 2, always on the phone with this person. You get some free time and you're calling this person all the time. They're your peace, your happiness, your heart, your world, your earth, your everything. Congratulations. Now if y'all break up, then what? You're gonna have to find some me time in that free time, aren't you? 3, you stop hanging out with your friends. You choosing your relationship over your friends? Certified simp. Relationship don't last, who you gonna run back to? Your friends. Treat them good. Who knows how long your relationship is gonna last? It might not. Learn how to balance the 2 things. Time with your partner and time with your friends. You can't just drop one. It's not that hard.
I was a stay-at-home mom for many, many years, and I recently had somebody say, well, your husband worked so that you could stay at home. No, my husband would have worked regardless if he had a family or not, and I didn't get to work. I chose to stay at home because, of course, as a mom, you want to raise your children, but I did sacrifice building my career, having retirement, developing and networking, and all of those things. That was a sacrifice that I made. My husband, he continued the course of his life, finishing college, getting a job. His life really went unaltered, besides he had a wife at home, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and children, and a family, which actually benefits men. And I think it just irks me when people don't value the work that women do and to say, well, you get to stay at home. Like it's something, a gift that's given to you and someone else on, someone else's behalf. But regardless if you have a wife or family, kids, you still are going to work. So it's not like you're going to work just for them and as some act of, martyrdom. That's not the case. Everybody has to figure out how to provide for themselves, family or not. I wouldn't have chosen any other thing. This cat, obviously, I wouldn't have chosen any other thing. I am glad I got to be home with my kids, but whenever that it's not appreciated or acknowledged that it was a sacrifice to do so, that is whenever I am mad about.
Drives me crazy about my wife.
What? Stop it.
So the Amazon Alexa wasn't working, so we had to reset it with her password. And honey, whose name was in your password? No, go ahead. Whose name was in your password? So her password was her ex-boyfriend's name.
No, it wasn't my ex-boyfriend. This boy never talked to me. No.
It just so happens that this boy who you've never talked to in 25 years is your password, and it happens to be the same name as your ex-boyfriend?
I made all my passwords based off of...
Oh yeah, her other passwords are a guy who she had a crush on when she was a child, and she's maybe talked to twice in her life. It just goes to show where I stand in her life. I don't think normal people do that. Normal people do not do that. It's weird.
If you're wondering if going 50-50 is actually feminist or not, consider how hard men fight for it. Then ask yourself if you've ever seen men fight so hard for a feminist cause. Ask yourself if you've ever seen men argue online for something that doesn't benefit them. Ponder aloud to yourself, if it were really for women, would they be phrasing it this way? If 50-50 were truly feminist, wouldn't men have decent arguments as to why we should go 50-50? Instead, all their arguments are women are just children looking for daddy. Instead, their arguments are women just see men as ATMs. Men argue for 50-50 because they know they are getting the good end of the deal. They know in the end, the only thing that would ever be split 50-50 on paper is money. If going 50-50 with a man was truly feminist, most men wouldn't want you to do that. He's calling it equality, but really it's a discount. There are many feminist topics. Which ones does he decide to weigh in on? And why is it only 50-50 and coercion? I'll never tell you to rely on a man, but don't pay for the opportunity to be with one either.
The reason why men are no longer approaching women has nothing to do with him not being attracted to you. Trust me, he's attracted, and he's not even that worried about rejection. Because even though that hurts, he can move on from it pretty quickly. The real problem is when he forms a connection with a woman that seems to be interested. So what does he do? He's excited for the potential. He's pouring his effort in. He feels desired. He's spending a lot of time talking to her, and he's even starting to become vulnerable. But what happens after a few weeks of all the emotional effort, the months of dates, or even the years of commitment, is that she decides to end the connection. Oftentimes, out of nowhere, the man literally has no idea what made her change her mind. And whether it's because she felt like he wasn't even good enough to try with, or if it was because she found someone better, it all hurts the same. That man simply feels played. And this honestly happens from dating onto long-term relationships, including marriage. So you tell me, why would he do that again?
There's a track called Only the Black People Love the Black People. And though you and I, as individuals, may have people of various racial categories who are good friends and allies to us as individuals, but there's no doubt that the black people have no ally, and sometimes even among one another. And until we realize that, we will forever be crippled. So this is not to suggest that you can't go out in the world and make something of yourself, but this is to point out the obvious fact that no matter where you go on earth, you will find a structure that some call white supremacy. And black is usually categorized at the bottom as less desirable, whether you're in Asia, Europe, Africa, Latin America, the Middle East, or anywhere else. And that's just the truth of things. And that doesn't mean you have to be a victim, but you should be aware.
Yeah, 5150. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, hella late. And anybody saying you happy birthday, so we're gonna bring you here so we can make a wish.
Thanks, man. photo, girl.
Hey, come on. Make a wish.
Anyway, no, I ain't got no wishes.
You gotta make a wish. And then, so they can sing you happy birthday.
Okay. I wish a tampon never came up to the show.
All right. You'll never come back.
I made a grand entrance. Did you know he was coming?
Yeah, I texted her.
Mike, you good. Of course, boy.
I love you too.
We gotta finish. We got an interview.
I'm not about feminism at all. I've been anti-feminist since high school because it's really destroyed dating and getting married and having kids.
Why do you think that?
Because it placates off of the natural inclination for women to be corrupt. It's a very corrupt ideology. Women have a particular innate capabilities that can make them very corrupt and manipulative. And I notice with feminism, it really magnifies that because it actually calls it a civil rights movement in the West. And it's a fake civil rights movement in the West, but it really just ends up becoming a big government situation, which is what most civil rights movements in the West is all about. It's not really about your civil rights. It's not an inequality thing because we have equal rights, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, less rights for women, the better, because it's actually becoming such a cancerous society. It's destroying family and tradition, and I'm very patriarchal.
Now it's Black History Month. Y'all giving the black guy a chance this month, baby. That's it.
That's it.
You know why I'm here.
Hey,
Ain't no white boy walk my way.
none. You wanna say?
She's dabbled.
You dabbled.
I've dabbled, but
Okay.
more white
You're not
boys.
fully committed yet.
More white boys. The white boys like me more. Black guy, when we're walking down the street, black guys are grabbing at her, white boys are talking to me.
Really?
They just automatically know. They know.
They just know off the energy, like, oh,
I don't know why, but I'm okay with it.
She want the BBC. She belongs to us.
All right, so what advice do you give to people in relationships?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Niggas in relationships, let me tell y'all right now, yo, I'm gonna talk to the fellas. Yo, go through her phone, gang. And when you go through her phone, really go through that. Go through the Cash App history. Go through the Zelle history. Go through the Bluetooth. See how many she been in cars with. You see BMW, Benz, Ferrari, Lamb Chop, nigga, you know it's a problem. I'm telling you, go through the deleted messages. Go through the Uber Eats, the addresses in the Uber Eats. See how many addresses she got on Uber Eats. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna save y'all. I'm saving niggas money and I'm saving niggas happiness, bro. I swear to God, like, I'm really giving it to niggas. Like, I'm really showing y'all how to get right. Go through that phone, gang. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Word of my mother. What about for the females? Yo, for the females, yo, just trust him. He not cheating. Look, if he black, he don't cheat. Black men don't cheat, by the way.
5-10% of men get 90% of the women on the dating apps. Yeah. Reason that's such a problem is because we're guys. You bring a 4 in here right now with a big butt or big boobs, bruh, I'll bend her over that table right there. I don't care. Now she thinks that she's on my level. I just did it because it was a random Tuesday and I got nothing to do. And so now she thinks that she's up this hierarchy, and I hate to put numbers to it, but this is the way that people understand it. She thinks she's here when most of the time the guy that does that would never actually date her. But because there's so much access to so many men and so many women on such a large scale, it creates this kind of dissonance between where people should be. That becomes dangerous as well, because now you have girls that are probably not in the league of a guy like you. They think they're in that league because that guy slept with her. But the truth of the matter is he just got nothing to do on a Tuesday night. Sorry. And now she won't give the normal guy a shot because she's been with the big boss. She's been with the successful guy. And it's a bunch of bullshit.
Well, you heard it from him right there, from the horse's mouth. This is one of the major problems with dating in 2024. Females have this delusion in their brain that they deserve to be with a 9 or a 10 just because he slept with her. And the reason he only slept with her because he was just bored and had nothing else to do on that random Tuesday night. But the average Joe, she thinks she's above him. So, yeah, that just about sums it up. Boy, these women.
A man will only change when he faces all of his shame. A man will only change when he regulates his nervous system and he moves through and faces all his pain. A man will only change when he finds compassion and forgiveness for the past and for his parents. Man will only change when he finds compassion and forgiveness for himself, for his past, for his present. A man will only change when he rules his charge and is not fooled by his charge, seeking lustfully for external validation, instant gratifications, satiations and stimulations and distractions, to not face his shame, not face his pain. Otherwise, a man is just gonna stay the same.
Is marriage still worth it? Is marriage still worth it? You know, this is something people are debating about right now. Is like, is marriage still worth it? Like, is it worth to still get married?
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people right now are choosing not to get married. More people are getting divorced. Some people are staying in marriages just to be in them because they feel like they're stuck, or they're waiting for their young kids to grow up. Because there's been plenty of relationships where people stay married, stay in the marriage until their kids turn 18 and out of the house.
Because I think
and you're basically just roommates.
Yeah, I think that's harder on the kids when you do that. If you already know y'all are going to get divorced, I think you should do it when if it's the kids are young, you need to do it then. Like that playing like everything's cool and we're a family and then waiting till they're 18. I think that's shattered. I have friends, and my mom is one of them too, that's how they were older, and it like shatters them the older they are. That because that's all they've ever known is their parents together. And so to me, you would do better just co-parenting separate.
Yeah.
If you know that that's the end, if that's what y'all are going to do regardless.
They all will get unhappy. Every last one of them. It is a chore to keep the modern woman happy. If she's educated, it's even harder. If she's on the career ladder, it's even harder. Talk is cheap. I want to be married. I want to have kids. I want to start a family. Yeah. Believe everything she does, nothing of what she says. Why would you hitch your wagon to something that changes its mind like the wind? This is why you have to be, I'll parrot a phrase, your own mental point of origin. Stop living for other people. Stop living for a woman. Stop it.
You know what's beautiful about this weather? If I peed right now, you wouldn't know if it's water or urine running down my legs. And I think that's beautiful.
I have a question for the men. Why do you guys like tap it on there a few times before you stick it in? What is that about?
A random thought. What a time to be alive for men right now. You can literally go to the gym and see the baddest bitch ever walking around in literally next to nothing for free. You can go to the grocery store now. You're just seeing the fattest asses in front of you just swallowing up tiny little biker shorts. Coochie just eating those shorts up everywhere. Just girl at your local gym doing squats in this cute little bodysuit, just looking sexy. Coochie just swallowing up her skirt or shorts. And you don't even have to pay to see. You just have to show up to your local grocery store, gym, shopping mall, wherever. Everywhere you look, there's just hot chicks everywhere. You guys are lucky.
I give you full permission to me under one condition. You need to send me the evidence.
I'm getting back shots and I turn back and I look at him and he's giving me a fucking devious ass smile. I'm not letting him pull out.
I just want a man who's gonna tell me to sit down and shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna do it, but like it'll turn.
They're so full of crap. They need you guys so bad it hurts.
So I just found out that I'm not hot. And this was based on a really humbling experience where I'm trying to get 4 men together to help me move a really heavy object from point A to point B. Not a far point A to point B either. And I can't do it. It can't be done. I mean, I've tried for days, texting every man I know.
Guys used to do this stuff for girls who were interested in them, right? It used to be that a girl was interested in a guy and she'd almost use that as like a, hey, can you come and help me? You know, she had ulterior motives. He knew it. They were all in on the game. It was like a mutual thing. You both got something out of it. You got your stuff moved and he got a date and it was like a cute little thing, right? That's not what's going on. You ladies are using these guys, and maybe the first few times they fell for it and they went and they moved your freaking granite table. You know what they got out of it? Zilch.
So the question is, why are there so many single people who are not interested in dating? And ladies, we got these men shook because all they hear is how much money they should be spending on these dates. So look, if you got a $300 minimum that you feel like a man should be spending on a date, and a man take out 2 women in 1 week with that same mentality, that's $600 that he spent on dates with women that he don't even know that he like yet. And understand that a rich man will spend the money because he'll spend as much as necessary to get what it is that he wants from you because he got it. So our focus should be, is he a protector? Is he a provider? How does he treat his kids? How do he treat his mama? It's so many other things that we could be focused on. Now, there is a caveat. Men, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Let's just start there. Women, same thing. If you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Get your life together first. So if you built a lifestyle and you are able to afford a lifestyle of your own, I am not saying go get you a man and find you a man who is broke, but the focus should not be how much he can spend on dates. The focus should be everything that has to do everything with his personality and how he treats you. What y'all think about that?
If your man does this shit, you need to walk away. What I'm gonna say is probably gonna piss you off and it's probably gonna make you upset. Honestly, I don't care because it's gonna save you months to possibly years of your life. And if you don't check this shit now, I promise you it's not gonna get better. I don't care if he's the richest man in the world. I don't care if he's funny as shit. If he does this, you're not gonna be happy. There's no point in being in this relationship. So at one point or another in the relationship, you're gonna piss him off, but you need to pay very close attention to how he treats you when he's upset. And genuinely, I don't care what you did to make him upset. It doesn't matter at all. If he ever yells at you, if he ever disrespects you, if he ever tries to put you down on purpose, even when he's upset, especially when he's upset, that is a massive red flag that you should not be ignoring. I'm telling you, a man that loves you, a man that is mentally stable, he will not say anything that's gonna ruin the relationship. You should never feel threatened. You should never feel like you're unsafe. You should never feel nervous when you're in a heated discussion with your man. Love doesn't scare you when it's upset. Love doesn't wound you to win an argument. Love protects your heart even in a heated discussion. I'm showing you all the red flags you should not be ignoring. But to be honest, they're not always easy to spot. And because that's the case, I built an app with the goal of showing people red flags and anything they might have missed by uploading screenshots. Listen, if your man does this shit, you really gotta have a sit-down discussion or you gotta leave. It's not gonna get better. It's gonna get worse and worse over time. Your self-worth is going to take a hit. I'm posting videos like this every single day, so I'd appreciate it if you follow for more tips.
And you know, modern women continue to say, you know, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot his shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what? This date really cost him. You know what? You know, he might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some, well, you know, we both spending time, but you know, he's gotta spend his money on the date. Instead of just saying, well, you know, I spend my money too in a way because I use my makeup and, you know, I go get a spray tan. And one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, that workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, well, I mean, you ain't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You need to have been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.